have found the Genesis frequency. This is Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna welcoming you in to another episode of a show that focuses on your whole life prosperity and success.
Testing 1, 2.
Whole life prosperity and success by cooperating with the universal laws that are available to each and every one of us. This is Quantum Leap Goal Achievement, Radical Personal Transformation, Whole Life Prosperity and Success. Now, stay tuned for another exciting episode that'll move the needle in your life from where you are now to where you want to be.
And welcome back in. You have found the Genesis Frequency Podcast. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it may be, wherever you are in the world. When you hit that play button, this is Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna coming at you with another episode of the Genesis Frequency Podcast. This one's title, Is This Goodbye or Just a New Beginning? Well, today's episode is a little different, as maybe you can tell with that title. Today is a deeply personal episode. This is episode number 400. 400 of these. I don't know if you know what it takes to churn these out week after week. Episode number 400. 400 episodes, 8 years. Thousands of hours of thinking, reading, preparing, recording, editing, hosting, and sharing. I love doing it. I love delivering and providing tremendous value to those who would listen. 8 years. And honestly, when I sat down in front of the microphone today, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to say. Because for the first time in 8 years, I'm asking myself a question. Is it time to pause, to step back, or perhaps even sunset this podcast, at least for a season? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And I need your help. I really do. I need your help. But before I ask for it, I'd like to take a little walk down memory lane, if you'll let me. Let's look back a little bit. 8 years ago, I simply wanted to share ideas born out of my journey, what I call my trilogy of tribulation, coming right up to death's door, coming right up to what I thought was the end of my life, and then overcoming, resurrecting, and rising above everything from a very dark place to the successful life I am living right now, experiencing whole life prosperity. But I wanted to share ideas back then, ideas that had changed my life, ideas that had helped me overcome, ideas that taught me how to think differently, dream differently, live differently. I wanted to talk about human potential, personal growth, leadership, success, spirituality, goal achievement, and somehow here we are, 400 episodes later. Over 40,000 downloads. Probably much more than that. I'm not sure the accuracy of the numbers I'm looking at. But that's a minimum. I mean, that honestly blows my mind. And let's look at what the topics that we've covered, and I include you all over the world. Topics we've explored together over the years. I've talked about, I've shared with you. You've given me feedback and written in scheduled appointments. I've perhaps trained you personally or as an individual or within your company. We've talked about the power of thoughts, because as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We talked about goal achievement, not merely setting goals, but becoming the kind of person capable of achieving them. We talked about personal responsibility, giving up blaming, giving up complaining, giving up making excuses. We talked about the law of belief. The world within creates the world without. Reprogramming the subconscious mind, visualization, faith, leadership, effective communication, personal disciplines, purpose, discovering your North Star, creating a life purpose statement, living with intention, letting go, releasing what no longer serves us, taking 100% responsibility for our lives. And the sources, oh my goodness, besides our primary source, God the Good, what about Emerson, Neville, Joseph Murphy, James Allen, Napoleon Hill, Bob Proctor, Wayne Dyer, Charles Fillmore, and so many more? We've talked about health, relationships, prosperity, dreams, purpose, meaning, and possibility, infinite potential. And after 400 episodes, I think I've learned one thing above all else. People are capable of far more than they think, far more. There is greatness within ordinary people. There are dreams waiting to be awakened. There are gifts waiting to be expressed. There are possibilities waiting to be discovered. I've seen it in my own life. I've seen it in clients. I've seen it in organizations. I've seen it in ministries. I've seen it in individuals who simply decided, I'm not staying where I am. And that's really what this podcast has always been about, possibility and tapping into that infinite potential we all have within us. But you know what? Life has seasons, and this season of my life is changing. Our leadership development company is growing. Our ministry continues. My work with Unity World headquarters continues. And now my wife Tanae and I are launching something completely new, Emerald Coast Longevity Clinic, a new division focused on helping people improve their health, vitality, energy, and confidence. Because one thing I've learned through the years of coaching and personal development work is this: no matter what goals people set, and we always encourage them to set a personal goal and a professional goal, work on just two at a time. I tell you what, we always hear in those personal goals, weight management, health, energy, and feeling better physically, all those, they show up over and over and over again. So we're stepping into that space in a new way, helping people feel better, live better, and perform better. Because transformation truly starts from the inside out. So I need to be honest with you. I always am, but I mean, let's underline this and bold it, a moment of honesty. After 8 years, over 40,000 downloads, still very few comments, very few emails, very few conversations. I mean, I've had a lot of them, but still in the grand scope of these numbers I'm seeing, very few in the big picture, very few appointments. And so sometimes I wonder, is anyone really listening? I mean, really listening, deepening into this material? Is this making a difference? That's the question is anyone really listening? Is any of this making a difference? Should I keep going? Or is this simply the natural conclusion of a beautiful season? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. And so today, for the very first time, I'm asking you if this podcast has meant something, if an episode has encouraged you, if an idea changed your thinking, if something helped you through a difficult season, if you've listened quietly for years, would you do something for me? Please don't leave a comment on social media or wherever you're hearing this podcast. I probably won't see it. I have people tell me all the time, you never responded to my depending on where it is. I'm on hundreds of platforms out there, hundreds of podcast platforms. I don't see the comments. I probably won't see it. So please don't post on one of those platforms. I may never find it. Not because I don't look. I just can't get to all of them. I don't see them all. Quite frankly, I don't know where they are at. Instead, please send me an email, a simple email. Tell me I listen. Tell me this helped me. Tell me keep going. Or perhaps tell me this season is complete. Well done. I need to hear from you. I mean, I really do. You can reach me directly at Stephen, that's Stephen with a PH, at successocean.com. That's my email. Stephen, Stephen at successocean.com. No sales pitch, no obligation, no building a list, no sales letters. It's not even my calendar to open up for a conversation. You can do that too if you want at successappointment.com. But just an email. Because before I decide what happens next, I need to know if these conversations we've had for the last 8 years still matter to someone. So, whether this is my final episode or simply the end of one season and the beginning of another, I want to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to sit with you in your car, at your desk, on your walk, or wherever you've been listening. It's been one of the greatest privileges of my life. And if this is not the end, well, I think the next season might be even more exciting. We'll continue to talk about leadership, purpose, personal growth, and now perhaps health, longevity, weight management, energy, and living our best lives physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and professionally. After all, isn't that whole life prosperity what I started talking about 8 years ago? And after all these years, I still believe this: you are capable of more than you know. You can be, do, and have more than you presently imagine, and your best days may still be ahead of you. Mm. This is Dr. Cause and Effect, Dr. Stephen J. Kosmyna, and this has been the Genesis Frequency Podcast. Maybe for the last time, or maybe just until the next season begins. I'll be looking for your email. I'll be listening to your words. Peace and blessing, my friends. I wish for you an infinitely spectacular day and an infinitely spectacular whatever's next. Again, this is Stephen J. Kosmyna. God bless you.